Welcome back, everybody. So, the Joker movie review. Whew. um, my plan was to watch this movie and immediately after review this movie. It come very abundant about halfway through watching this movie. This is not going to be a movie review that I could just do off the cuff straight away after I watched it. It was going to take some time to process basically what I watched. And I have to be honest with you, I think this movie is absolutely brilliant. And I genuinely love this movie. I love this movie from start to finish. I cannot even deny it. And this is coming from a guy who was very, very skeptical about Joaquin Phoenix being or playing the Joker. I remember the teaser trailer or the first trailer being dropped, and I was a little bit unsure. And then I remember the second or final trailer dropping not so long ago, and I was very much on board. I also get why the trailers aren't very appealing because if they put in any more, they would have put in parts of the story. I watched this movie 5 hours ago, and it's still ringing around in my head right now. It is very dark. It's very gritty. It's very cynical. It's very it's I have to be honest with you, and I'm not going to compare this performance to any other Joker performance that I've seen in the past. I'm certainly not going to compare it to Heath Ledger's because what Joaquin Phoenix is doing in this movie is something completely different, which I seriously did enjoy. Now I get that there were calls for this movie to be banned because they say it might promote violence or start kicking off a revolution. I get what they're saying, but to be honest, this is essentially Batman's greatest nemesis origin story. It may not necessarily be the origin story that you want in any way, shape, or form, but they still did this as an origin story. There are certain parts in here that reminds me of the Killing Joke. There are potentially some bits from the comics as such. There are To me, this movie feels like it is a completely different universe anyway compared to the universes that we've experienced in the past. And to me, this carries a very, very dark feel to it. And I can do honestly believe there is a potentially a a door opened here for a whole world of different franchise in the Batman universe because what they did here was something completely different. And I know I've said this already, I'm just trying to process basically what I want to say. So, the Joker movie follows a character, Arthur Fleck, who basically is like a performance clown. That is his job. This is what earns his money to keep a roof over his and his mum's head. He also has a second life. He has a normal life away from the clown kind of stuff where he's just basically trying to fit in. He is down and out. He's a failed comedian. He's trying so hard just to try and get a connection and fit into society. Unfortunately, as life goes, life keeps hitting him down. He keeps getting jumped as such, and there is a series of events basically in this movie which basically turns him into some severe deep madness, which then results in him basically becoming the Joker. Now, I cannot stress this enough. I seriously enjoy Joaquin's performance as a Joker in this movie. I cannot stress that enough. Like I said, this is going to be a non-spoiler review. I'm going to do that, so I got to try and not say too much. To be fair, his performance from the pretty much the start of this movie is absolutely fantastic. You can seriously feel his emotion from start to finish. There is so, oh, there is one scene in this movie where this is potentially a spoiler, but you know this is going to be down the road. It's going to go down. So every he is extremely good in this movie. I don't give a crap what anybody says. I seriously enjoyed his performance in this movie from start to finish. I'm trying to think about things that I like, but it's very difficult because of giving too much away just in case you haven't seen it. There are some very, very brutal death scenes in this movie with no remorse in any way. And they are seriously ringing in. There is the build up or the slow progression to him finally losing his marbles or losing his sanity in this movie is very good. You can see how much he just wants to try and fit in. You can see the effects of everything or every thought that he has in his life. Knowing there is a line in here where he says, and this is in the trailer, all he has is negative thoughts. To try and fight that and still try and lead a normal life, you get to see his struggle in this. Unfortunately, there is a tipping point, and there is something that he does in this movie where he's laughing through it, which at first I thought that's a bit harsh, and then you get to understand what he's doing or what's happening, and it's very, very well done. The more I think about this, I've had time to sleep on this movie review or this movie since I've watched this, and now I'm rethinking. I can think of all the good things, which are gonna have to wait for a spoiler review. But there are so many different parts of this movie which I genuinely enjoy. I never thought I'd see the day where somebody killing somebody actually makes them stronger. Stronger in a way. If you've seen this movie, you'll know what I mean. It his madness, his sanity, the way he finally connects with people. The way they did this, I just think it's absolutely brilliant. And there isn't any part of me which actually feels sorry for this guy in any way, shape, or form. There are certain bits in this beginning of this movie where you do go, oh, that's a bit harsh and all that. But essentially, this guy, when he turns, he knows what he's doing. He is there. I don't feel he is Batman's greatest nemesis. And this performance in this movie, I just think is absolutely brilliant. And with just the way this movie was shot as well, how they produced this kind of style of Gotham, the way that they just wanted to show you this movie to you. I just think it's absolutely brilliant. The musical score in here is absolutely fantastic. It's seriously on your edge kind of stuff, and it really fits in with the tone of certain parts of the movie. If you've seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm on about. It's just basically a build up to the rise of one of the greatest villains ever. And to be honest with you, I personally think this is my own personal opinion. I think they absolutely nailed this movie. I very much enjoyed it. It's still ringing around in my head right now, and I can't wait to actually do the spoiler review, which might actually be tonight or tomorrow, so I can actually really talk about the movie itself. I can't talk about it too much because I don't want to give too much away, just in case you haven't seen it. Because there is plot twists in this. There is things going on in this movie, and if I mention them, it might spoil it and you might be able to connect the dots of basically what's going on. So it was just literally about the performance and how this movie made me feel. And to be honest with you, I think they've done an absolutely brilliant job on this movie. I'm not even going to try and lie. To me, I would give this a very, very strong 10 out of 10. It's as simple as that. And I'm not being biased to the fact that I am actually a fan of the Batman universe and the Joker. If this movie was shit, or if I thought this movie was shit, I would say it. But I don't think it was shit. It's that simple. It is hit me pretty hard, to be fair. I cannot lie. So, on that note, if you've seen this movie, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below. If you haven't seen this movie, I do highly recommend it. I'm pretty sure that this is not going to be for everybody, this movie. I get that. I understand it. So, if you do not like this movie, I get it. You know, I really, really do. But to me, I actually really enjoyed it. So, on that note, please tell me, like I said, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care and goodbye.